Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about the animal kingdom. Some phylums, invertebrate phylums will be discussed. Okay, children. So, what are the phylums and what are the characters of those particular phylum in the animal kingdom, especially invertebrates? What in invertebrates we will be discuss. The first one is the first phylum. You know very well there are different types of phylums in invertebrates: Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Ascalminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata, like the different phylums are there, right? So today we'll be discuss about Porifera. What are the characters of the Porifera and what are the Coelenterata characters, Ctenophora characters will be discussed. First, we'll discuss about Porifera. Porifera or Porifera shows the diploblastic means. What's the meaning of diploblastic? They have two germ layers, ectoderm, endoderm. That's it. No mesoderm. So that's why there will be two germ layers are there in the poriferans. That's why they will be called porifera phylum organisms are called diploblastic organisms. What do you call? They will be called poriferan families organisms are called diploblastic. Next, they have openings on their body called ostia. What's the use of ostia? To enter the water inside of the body through ostia pores. And what is osculum? The water will be go out through the osculum. So in the poriferans, we have ostia. We will see ostia and osculum. Ostia to take the water, osculum to send the water from the body. So like this, ostia, osculum is present in the poriferans. Next, there will be central cavity will be there. That central cavity is called spongocoel, is lined by a special cells kyanocytes. What do you call the special cells called? Kyanocytes. Very, very important. So the kyanocytes are lined by what do you called? Lined the what do you call? Spongocoel. Next, the organization, only some cells, group of cells, that's it, not tissue level at all. Cellular organization, there is no symmetry for this particular poriferans, asymmetry. Next one, there will be very, very important point to remember is here they will be live in marine water and fresh water. Okay, where they live in? They live in the marine water and even fresh water. Marine and fresh water. So circulatory system is absent in the poriferans. No circulatory system. But digestion is intracellular and through kyanocytes. So kyanocytes are there or not? These also helpful for the digestion. Intracellular and kyanocytes, the digestion will be takes place. Next, excretion system and organs are absent, only excretion process through body surface. Sexes are not separate. Both male and female sex organs are present in the same individual. That's why sexes are not at all separate. That's why poriferans also called hermaphrodites. No nervous system. So fertilization. The fertilization. FER means fertilization is internal fertilization. The combination of male and female gametes inside of the body is called internal fertilization. Development is indirect. What is the meaning of indirect development? When their life cycle larva form is there, in the sense that is called indirect development. Larva form is present. Examples of poriferans what? What are the examples of poriferans? Euspongia, Cycon. Okay, Euspongia and Cycon. They are diploblastic. Once again I am repeating, children. They are diploblastic. They have two germ layers, ectoderm and endoderm. They have ostia to water take, osculum to send the water, and they have cavity, spongocoel lined by chinocytes. They have cellular level organization. They are asymmetrical, no proper shape. They are marine and freshwater. The digestion is intracellular, inside of the cell, not outside of the body. Not like us, not outside of the cell. We have system, but they have only inside of the cell. Excretion organs are absent. Excretion through only body surface. Sexes not separate. Hermaphrodites. Internal fertilization. Indirect development will be there. Larva form is present. Examples of porifera bath sponges, Cycon and Euspongia will be there. That is about which one the characters of porifera. Next phylum, invertebrate phylum, that is called Coelenterata. What is called? Coelenterata. The Coelenterata, another name is called Cnidarians. They have tissue level organization. What is called? They are here cellular, only cells. But here tissue level organization. Here cellular, here tissue level organization. Group of cells. So, what are the characters of this Coelenterata? Very special feature of Coelenterata and Cnidaria. Coelenterata is also called what is called Cnidaria. Why we are calling Coelenterata and Cnidaria in the sense they have nidoblasts. Nidoblasts for anchorage to connect the prey, what is called prey. Okay, and defense and capture of our prey. So defense mechanism, nidoblasts. The most important cavity is cylindron. They have body cavity, it's called cylindron. So because of the nidoblasts, they have nidoblasts. That's why they will be called, what is called? Cylindron. Coelenterata, Cnidaria. The body cavity is called cylindron, Coelenterata. They have two forms in their life. Polyp form and medusa. Polyp form is a cylindrical form. Medusa form is umbrella form. Polyp form produce medusa asexually. Medusa form produce the polyp form by the sexually. Very important bits. Polyp form produce medusa asexually. Medusa produce the polyp form sexually. So polyp form is the cylindrical form. Medusa is umbrella. Okay, that is a Adamsia. Best example cylindrical Adamsia polyp. Aurelia medusa. Okay, they are diploblastic as it is. They are diploblastic means they have ectoderm, mesoderm. So diploblastic means only two layers, not mesoderm. Ectoderm and endoderm. Okay, these two are very, very important. They are diploblastic. Ectoderm and endoderm will be present in their body. Next, they live in the aquatic. They live in the which one? Aquatic, mostly marine. So coelenterates are mostly marine. They are sessile, free swimming. Mostly marine and sessile and free swimming. Circulation is absent. Circulation system is absent. Digestion, intra is there also, extra also there. Intracellular also there, extracellular also there. Excretion, intracellular absent. Excretion is through only body surfaces. Sexes are not separate. Sexes are not at all separate. Same like what you call hermaphrodites. Okay, indirect. Larva, because when the larval form is there, then the development of life cycle is indirect. Larva form is present. Examples of Coelenterata is Physalia. What is called? Physalia. It's called Portuguese man of war, Peninsula, sea pen, and Meandrina, brain coral. So once again, Coelenterata, tissue level organization. They have nidoblasts and they have cavity cylindron. There are two forms, polyp and medusa. Polyp is cylindrical, medusa umbrella. Polyp produce a medusa asexually. Medusa produce a polyp sexually. They are diploblastic. They are aquatic, and they live in the aquatic and marine. Not extremely. Some will be marine. Circulatory system is absent. Digestion intra and extracellular. Excretion is absent. Sexes are not separate like hermaphrodite. Development is indirect because larval form is there. Larva present. So examples of Coelenterata are Physalia, Peninsula, meandrina or brain coral. Physelia, Portuguese spanner for Peninsula seapen. Next one, Ctenophora. What is another important one? Ctenophora. So this is a comb jellies. Ctenophora also called. Another name of Ctenophora means organisms are comb jellies. These Ctenophora also tissue level organization. So tissues are there in the Ctenophora. So body bears 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates. How many? 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates. They will perform the one kind of emitting light emitting nature. That light emitting nature is called what is called bioluminescence. So night time we will see the light insects are there or not, light emitting insects. So that is called bioluminescence. So bioluminescence they will be performed. So see here also diploblastic, for our ectoderm, endoderm only, germ layers. They are also exclusively marine. Digestion is internal and external. This is a neat bit. So what is the neat bit? The exclusively marine ctenophores. So excretion through the body surface. Sexes are not separate. Same like. Okay. Here also what is that? Sexes are not at all separate. And fertilization is external. So male and female gametes outside joining in the sense that is called external fertilization. Development indirect. Example, Ctenoplana radially. And what is the symmetry for this Ctenoplana? Radially symmetrical. Even Coelenterata, Ctenophora also radial symmetrical. Coelenterata also radially symmetrical. So that is important. Next come to Platyhelminthes. What is the next one? Platyhelminths. So the platyhelminths are flatworms. What do you call the platyhelminths are? They are dorso-ventrally flat. Dorsally ventrally flat. Mostly endoparasites. Found in the animals including. So these platyhelminths are found in the humans as a parasites. The parasitic animals have, or parasitic forms have hooks and suckers to catch the host tissues. Next, another important one is high regeneration capacity. If you cut the body part, so it will be formed again. So such much like that regeneration capacity is there, especially planarians of platyhelminths. High regeneration capacity is there. So platyhelminths have organ level organization. So here tissues, from tissues to organs. So they are triploblastic, ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. They are mostly endoparasites. Circulation system is absent. Flame cells, very very important neat bit. So this is a neat bit. So in the platyhelminths, excretion through flame cells. Again, sexes are not separate. That is called the platyhelminths. Sexes are not separate. That is important. Next, internal fertilization. Development is indirect. Larva is present. Okay, larval form is there in the what you call platyhelminths. So like this, examples tapeworm, fasciola, and they will perform which kind of symmetry? Bilaterally symmetrical. So exactly two halves we can get it by the platyhelminths. Okay, flat, dorso-ventrally flat, endoparasitic. They have hooks and suckers. High regeneration capacity in planaria. Organ level organ system. Triploblastic. Mostly endoparasitic. Circulation system is absent. Flame cells, excretion through flame cells. Sexes are not separate. Internal fertilization. Development is indirect. Larval form is present. So platyhelminth examples, tapeworm, fasciola, and what kind of symmetry the platyhelminths will do? Bilaterally symmetrical. The next one, Huskelminths. Huskelminths also full developed. Okay, organ system. So Huskelminths are, what is the specialty? Females are longer than the males. The first special character of the Huskelminths are female worm is longer than the male worm. So that is the most important point. Another important thing is, okay, female worms are what is called longer than the males. That is important. The next, another important, they have muscular pharynx. What is called, they have muscular, full developed alimentary canal. They have which one? Muscular pharynx. That is important. Okay, muscular pharynx is there. Esculents. Then triploblastic. What is called? Triploblastic. Means ectoderm. Come on. Ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm is there. Triploblastic means 3 germ layers, right? So they are living free living. They live in the aquatic, free living, even terrestrial also they can live. Okay. So parasitic in the plants and animals. So parasitic. So it will be in the form of parasites where in the plants and the animals. Next, circulation system is absent. Here also no circulation system. But excretion. What is that one? Excretion is tube. Okay, tube is there for excretion point of view. Excretion tube is there. So it what you call helpful for the elimination of body waste through excretion pore. So excretion, excretory tube, excretion through pores of the body, it will be takes place. Next, sexes are separate. Male is separate, female is separate, but here all are hermaphrodites, right? So here sexes are not separate like that we discussed. But when it come to Aschelminthes, the sexes are separate. Male is separate, different, female is different. Next, fertilization is indirect. Development is direct and indirect. Means some are shows the larval form, some won't shows the larval form. So direct means without larva. Indirect means with larva. So like that, development is direct and indirect will be there. Examples of Aschelminthes, you know very well, very dangerous disease. What's the dangerous disease will become? Wuchereria bancrofti. What is called? Wuchereria bancrofti. You know, which causes the filariasis. That's the parasite of nematoda, Wuchereria bancrofti. So filarial worm, which causes which one? The filariasis. Like this, very dangerous parasites also there in the Aschelminthes. Okay, so these are the what you call some characters of Porifera. General characters of Porifera: Coelenterata, Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes, Aschelminthes. Here you see flame cells. Such kind of bits you should have to follow perfectly. What are the flame cells? Where we can see flame cells are excretion cells in the platyhelminths. That's a bit. Next, what is a what you called example for Coelenterata? So Physalia. What are the forms? 2 forms of Coelenterata. These are the neat bits. What are those? Polyp and medusa. So polyp produce the medusa asexually. Medusa produce the polyp sexually. Like that, all the important points you should have to remember. Next, what is where the developed muscular pharynx we will see. That is also neat bit. The muscular pharynx we will see in the Aschelminthes. The muscular pharynx where we can say we will see in the Aschelminthes. Next, the best example, what kind of symmetry will be there in the Platyhelminthes. So Platyhelminthes shows the bilateral symmetrical. Next, what are the special features of endoparasitic form of the Platyhelminths? The special features of endoparasite of Platyhelminths are they have hooks and suckers. Like that, you should have to remember. Then what are the examples for Porifera? Euspongia, Sycon. What are the chynocytes? The cavities, the spongocoel in the poriferans or sponges lined by one special cells which are helpful for digestion. They will be called, what is called? Chynocytes. So these all are the neat bits, very essential. Examples are very important. See, Coelenterata, Peninsula, Meandrina, brain coral, okay, Ctenoplana, Ctenophora, bioluminescence, light emitting nature, okay, Platyhelminthes, tapeworm, Fasciola hepatica, bilaterally symmetrical, that one, and Wuchereria, Aschelminthes, These all are you should have to remember. So most important for the NEET exam point of view.